Last year in July, 39-year-old Anissa Batra was found dead outside her husband's house in South Delhi's Panchsheel Park, allegedly having jumped off to her death from the roof. And though her death has been widely reported as a case of suicide, her family still staunchly believes that she was murdered. The main accused in Anissia's death is her husband Mayank Singhvi, followed by her in-laws Sushma and R.S. Singhvi. They have been charged with dowry death, cruelty by husband and relatives, and furtherance of common intention of the Indian Penal Code. While Mayank remains in jail, the in-laws are out on bail. In a case that is yet to move to trial 9 months after the first charge sheet was filed, the Quint reached out to both sides for a status check and to understand how the court hearings are proceeding and what is keeping the case from going to trial. Anissia's family has claimed that the flight attendant who worked with a German airline was emotionally and physically abused by her husband right from their honeymoon after they got married in February 2017. Anissia's brother Karan told the Quint that in the aftermath of her fall from the building, the Singhvis did not have the decency to inform them that she had died, nor did they pick up their calls or ensure their presence at her funeral. On the other hand, the Singhvis have said that the past 1 year has not been easy for them. When the Quint reached out to the Singhvi family member with questions, they responded with a request that they remain unnamed. This is the first time that they're commenting on the case. They told the Quint their reputation has been tarnished and maligned by twisting facts of the case. They were not even given the time to mourn the death of their daughter-in-law and have continuously been subjected to a media trial without ascertaining the correct facts of the case. Every coin has two sides, as does this. Karan, however, insists that the apathy of the Singhvi family turned ugly as the court proceedings began. He claims to have been openly threatened in court by the Singhvis. Karan, who is 34 and 6 years younger to Anissia, used to earlier visit Delhi only to spend time for his sister. Now he has moved from Bengaluru to ensure he is present for every hearing, to fight for his sister. Recalling the attempts of intimidation, Karan says, several times when Mayank Singhvi has come for court hearings, he has categorically said to my face, "Dekh lunga tere ko. I will see to you. I'll teach you a lesson," he said. His mother Sushma Singhvi, who's out on bail, also tries to intimidate me by staring me down in court. In the corridor, she passes comments at me like, "You just wait and watch," and "Ghatiya family, you're from a pathetic family." A Singhvi family member responding to Karan's allegation says, "The said allegation is false, baseless and concocted with an attempt to malign the reputation of the Singhvi family." Karan attributes the Singhvi's brash behavior to the political clout they enjoy. The main accused, Mayank Singhvi, is related to senior judges and lawyers, including former Chief Justice of India and a prominent lawyer politician. There are other influential judges and lawyers they related to as well. We as a family have apprehensions that this is what is leading to the delay in the trial from beginning even 9 months after the charge sheet was filed. This was a claim made by the family in the aftermath of Anissia's death as well. In a presentation made to the President of India on 16 July, Anissia's family made known their apprehensions of the Singhvis being close relatives of 2 retired judges of the Supreme Court of India. Of the political clout affecting the course of the investigation, a Singhvi family member told the Quint, "This false allegation has been repeatedly made against the Singhvi family to malign their reputation and gain public sympathy. The fact is that the investigation was completed only recently and the final supplementary charge sheet was filed in July 2019. The matter is listed for arguments on charge in August 2019. The response by the Singhvis brings us to the next concern regarding the delay in the case moving to trial, which involves having basic arguments on charge which happen after police submit the charge sheet. The primary charge sheet was filed by the Special Crime Branch of the Delhi Police within the mandatory 90 days in October 2018. This was followed by the first supplementary charge sheet, which was filed by November 2018. A second supplementary charge sheet was then filed in July 2019. In the sections included against the Singhvis is 304D of the Indian Penal Code, which is dowry death. Anissia's family have claimed that the Singhvis made dowry demands off of her. Categorically refuting these allegations, the Singhvi family member told the Quint, in the initial articles and news reports, it was callously reported to sensationalize the case that Anissia's family gave a diamond ring and a BMW car to Mayank as dowry. However, the truth can be borne out from the record bank statement that it was Mayank who had purchased the car and the diamond ring with his personal funds and gifted it to Anissia on their wedding anniversary and her birthday respectively. The fact has been later reported in various news reports. Arguments on charge are essential to begin any judicial proceedings as they determine the charges under which the accused will be tried in the court of law. Here the charges include dowry death and cruelty. When the Quint reached out to the Singhvis to understand the cause of delay. The family member said the trial has not been delayed, and the fact is that the final supplementary charge sheet was filed only in July 2019. We also reached out to Vishal Gosain, Karan's private counsel, who said it is correct that the supplementary charge sheet was submitted in July 2019. However, there is enough evidence to have arguments on charge based on the first charge sheet filed in October 2018. The investigation in the role of the main accused, Mayank Singhvi, has been completed. Even in the context of the in-laws, their role in her death has been clarified in the first charge sheet. The law is that once the police files primary charge sheet, they can file any number of charge sheets over a period of time. He said that when the Singhvis had filed for anticipatory bail for Anissia's in-laws, a request that was rejected at the trial court and high court, their lawyers argued for anticipatory bail on the basis of the police having completed their investigation. The court order in the Supreme Court reads, Mr. Mukul Rohtagi, learned senior counsel appearing for the petitioners, submits that charge sheet in this case has been filed before the court concerned. If that be so, liberty is granted to the petitioners to apply for grant of regular bail before the court concerned. To insinuate that the investigation was only completed recently is then not proper, he concludes. On delay of arguments on charge, the Singhvis added that the dates for hearings on charge have been fixed a number of times. However, the same have not taken place conclusively due to delay in compliance of the orders of the Honourable Court by the prosecution. The prosecution here implies Anissa Batra's counsel. Gosain, however, denied the claim. There has been no delay in the compliance of the orders of the Honourable Court by the prosecution, he said, while elaborating on the delayed process. During the Delhi High Court bail hearings for Mayank, the accused lawyer argued to include certain documents which were collected during police investigation, but did not make it to the charge sheet due to the discretion of the investigation agency. It is in this context that the police had to file necessary responses. Unfortunately, the High Court hearings, which eventually rejected the bail plea for Mayank Singhvi, aided no movement for arguments on charge on the case. It is because the investigating agency got stuck responding to applications filed by the Singhvi's lawyers in the High Court that the trial court have proceeded at a sluggish pace. The matter is now listed for 1st August 2019.